You guys, your girl Beauty with Mika. So I am here to do my August favorites. Now I gotta tell you guys, August was super hot in LA. We were doing triple digits, blinds were staying closed, air conditioner on blast in the car. When I tell you guys, it was just scorching hot right now in LA. We're starting to get a little bit of cool weather, but so far it's just been so hot. When I tell you guys, it's just been like I'm not sure what area you guys are in. I know some friends that are in the Midwest, they're like, the weather is hella cool, and I'm just like, no, we're in triple digits over here. So definitely for August, I do have some hits and misses, which you guys know. I never really do misses in my favorites, but there has been a few misses, so I'll start those at the end of the video. And then I'm also going to give you guys a follow-up on the Fenty skincare line. If you haven't seen that video, it is the most detailed video that I possibly wanted to do for you guys. So if you guys know how to spend your money on it, is it worth it, I'll go ahead and link that card right here for you guys. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off with skincare because as much as I know everyone's been focused on skincare this year with COVID and everything, so one of the things that I'm doing is I have a tray in my bathroom, and I've been putting skincare that I need to use up or use on a daily basis, part of my skincare routine, in that little cabinet. So because of that, in that tray, sorry. So because of that, what I've been doing is just finding what works, what don't work. So some of the things that I have been loving recently is, I pulled this out. This is the Lancome foaming cleansing makeup remover, and it has an acai honey with the rinse off. I remember the Glam Twins talked about this years ago, so I purchased mine from Macy's whenever they had a sale. When I tell you guys, I love this stuff. Like, it's good enough that I would repurchase it if I could ever catch a sale on it. So I will say, if you're definitely interested, get this. You only need one pump. You can smell the acai and the honey in it, but it removes your makeup and it cleanses your skin at the same time. Now, another makeup remover that I've been loving, and recently Sephora is out of it. This is the Sephora Supreme Cleansing Oil, and it's face and oil makeup remover. When I tell you guys, this is really, really good too. Like, I hands down love this. It's $8, but it's currently been sold out at Sephora, and it's a really good cleanser. I like that it just breaks down your makeup, but it's a really thick oil. So like on a full face like I'm wearing right now, I could put 2 pumps of this in my hands and go, and it just completely works so good. So yes, if you can get your hands on this, you will like it. Now, something I wanted to use up, but I find that I really do like it. This is the Murad Essential C Cleanser. I used to love vitamin C cleansers all the time. You guys know I use a vitamin C serum, but I recently went on and pulled this out of my arsenal and was like, let me go ahead and start using this up to see if I like it or not. And that's one of the benefits. I feel like I'm doing like a shop my stash on my skincare right now. And when I tell you guys, this has been really good too. It's a more an invigorating, refreshing cleanser. So I don't use this every day. I may use it once a week, or if I know that I'm going out with no makeup and just sunscreen on, I do want that vitamin C on here, so I will use this. Now, I will say I probably would not repurchase this again, because I find that I really don't need a vitamin C cleanser. I find that other cleansers work just as well for me. But if you definitely are looking for something to help with brightening and you have acne spots, I highly recommend this one. One of the makeup palettes I included in my September Shop My Stash was the Urban Decay Heat palette. I'm currently running on my eyes right now. I didn't do too much a dramatic look, but I've had this palette since it came out, and when I tell you guys that I just never used it, and I said, let me go ahead and use it, I really do like the colors on this. I remember it came out during the fall, and everyone was like, oh yeah, this is so fall look. I felt like the same thing, but because the fall was coming, I was like, let me go ahead and pull it out. Let me see if I really like it. Let me see if I don't need it. I will say this is a must-have as far as the Urban Decay line goes. There has been some naked collections that they've come out with that I've passed on, but this one, if you definitely do not have colors like this in your collection, you definitely would want to keep something like this. So definitely check this out if you haven't already. Now, another palette that I've been using for blush, and you guys know I'm not really a blush person. I mean, who really is a blush person? I don't know. If you are, let me know in the comments, because I feel like I don't need as many blushes more than other things that I have in my makeup collection. But I have been loving the Juvia's Place to Hard Blush 2 palette. And this one is a must-have. Like, if you do not have this palette, you definitely want to get it. I love the convenience of it, and I also like the colors in here of it. I feel like this is great for travel or anytime, and it gives you colors for all seasons and based off what you want. So you have your warm brown in here. You definitely have some pops of color in here, and you can always have this highlight shade, which is Zoba. So definitely love this palette. Now let's see, let's go into some primers. One of the primers that I've been loving that's been working really good for me is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Now I have the small one. I got this one like in a Rakuten Ebates code in order to shop. So every time you shop Sephora, they always give you these little codes, and this was part of it. So I racked up on a bunch of these when I was making a ton of Sephora's orders, and I collected them because they came out with the full size for $52, and then they also came out with the travel size for like $52 for the big one, $22 for the small one. And I was like, I'll just collect a couple of these because you only need 1 or 2 pumps of this and you'll be good to go on the face. Now, a lip balm that I've been loving, and I recently purchased some more of these from Ulta. This is the Jack Black lip balm. This was in my car, and what was so strange is I always keep like a chapstick or a lip balm in my car, and I was like, let me see how this works. And this is really, really good. This one is a brand new one. This one's just natural mint and shea butter. It has an SPF of 25. But when I tell you guys my lips are very moisturized, they give it a nice little sheen or gloss. I was like, okay, I really, really like this. So this has been really, really good on my lips. I love it. When I tell you guys, it's just been really, really perfect. So definitely if you want to try a lip balm, get this one. I will say it's over the $5 range, but it's worth it because the Jack Black line is really good. Now on to another primer that I've been using. I am big on oil control. I'm big on just dealing with primers that see if they work in the heat. I feel like if you can work with me in the heat, then you can work with me any time of the season because I have combo oily skin. So this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil and Shine Control Primer. This one is really good. I am not really a fan of a lot of the Smashbox lines. So when I purchased this, I purchased the travel size because I was like, I don't want to commit to a full size and not like it. Yes, I could return it, but I'm not even big on doing returns right now during COVID. So I had to shop smarter by purchasing this one. And when I tell you guys this has been a must-have, I actually had to take it out my Shop My Stash drawer, everyday drawer, to actually go, okay, you need to have a break, because I was getting addicted to this because I knew how good it is. Now another primer that I've been loving, and I recently had to re-fall in love with this because I didn't like it for a while. I don't know if it was maybe I was just using it too much and I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to, but I went on and gave it a break, and I recently put this in my Shop My Stash. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil oil-free primer. This has an SPF of 15. When I tell you guys, I fell in love with this again. Like, it gives my face just that look that I have been missing, and I'm just like, why did I give you a break? I honestly felt like my skin got used to it no matter which foundation I was using, and I was like, but it's a primer, so why would it do that? But I do feel like that when it comes to your bases and your primers, you do need to switch them out and give your skin a break, because you just feel like you're never going to see that change, and that's what happened. So I went on, you guys know I have like the huge one, so I fill it up with this one because it has a pump, and girl, this is, I'm like, okay, I may keep you in my Shop My Stash for another month. Alright, so the Anastasia Mascara, highly recommended. This has been a favorite for over 2 months. This is the Lash, what is this? The Lash Bang Volumizing Mascara. When I tell you guys, this does not clump your lashes. It combs them out very good. It gives you that look that you want in a mascara. It doesn't dry it out. It's easy to remove. I just like the overall look that it's been giving me, because as you guys can see, like, I really do have long natural lashes. So I haven't been wearing lashes anyway, because it's like, where are we going that we could put on a lash? I don't know about you guys, but I'm not wasting my lashes to be sitting in the house. I could look cute with this beat face. But this has been really good. I do like the comb on this, and I will say that if you want to spend some money, definitely get this during a sale. I believe they have this in travel size, but honestly, I went on and got this during a Sephora sale. I think their spring sale recently, and I was like, okay, this is really good. I would add this to my list to repurchase because I like the look that it gives me, and it's combing out and separating my natural lashes, even when the smaller ones down below. So definitely give this a try. Now, something that I had to give a break to, but again, I fell in love with it again. I'm telling you, when you go through Shop My Stashes, or you just want to find a certain look, it's worth it. This is the Max Paint Pot and Ground work. I like this because it's more of a women of color friendly like eyeshadow primer. So I use this more as an eyeshadow primer if you guys are interested. I mean, some women, I remember back in the day, remember we used to use the MAC paint pots and we could use them for any and everything. This is really good for that. I will say a dupe for this is the Urban Decay Eye Primer Potion primer, but this one is way better than Anastasia one. So I really do like this one. If you're interested, you can get MAC paint pots anywhere, but I like that it just gives that stick or that consistency that I need when I'm blending out my shadows, and it does conceal any dark circles under my eyes, on my eyes. All right, so let's go into highlighter. I don't know if y'all can catch this. This MAC by Tiana Taylor Mineralized Skin Finish in House of Putana. Girl, this is when we fell in love with highlighters. We love this stuff, and when I tell you guys, this gives, depending on your hand, I have went heavy hand and still be glowing and looking good. Like, it doesn't look too much. I have went light-handed and it still looks good, and I'm like, I love it, love it, love it. So for that, this was definitely worth the purchase. If you can get your hands on this, I highly recommend it, because this is one of those highlighters that is like, this is what we were talking about when we said a highlight. It wasn't too much. It gave everything that we wanted. So I have been loving this one. So let's go into foundations, and then I'll talk about the Fenty. So you guys know I recently did a video on the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation, and you guys heard my review. I completely love that foundation. By the time you guys are watching this video, I will be in Vegas, and I'm wearing that foundation the whole time I'm in Vegas, because I want to see if it works in triple digits too, and in a different climate. But honestly, I went on and gave this one a try. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, just a regular oil-free foundation. Now, they came out with this one before the matte, and when I tell you guys, I actually really do like it. I like the look that it gives me. I will say I don't really know if I would choose between this one or the matte. I think that I would actually not mix them both, but I will use this one during a certain period of time, and then use the matte, of course, during like the summer months and things like that. But I actually really do like them both. I just wouldn't say I would give up one for the other, because honestly, you guys know I have been going into more of that natural look, radiant look lately. So, but I still love my mattes. So it's kind of like, I love my mattes. I do find that the matte Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation gives me about the same look as this one. So I really don't need both. So if you, I mean, if there's your answer there, I do get the look. I get kind of like a matte natural radiant look out of the Born This Way matte, and then this one I just get that natural glow look that I love. So it made me kind of fall in love with this Born This Way foundation in general. But if I had to really choose, I would probably say I would go with the matte foundation. But I definitely want to finish and using this up, because as you guys could tell, I'm only like right here on the bottle. Now, another foundation, you guys have heard me talk about it. Okay, so you guys have heard me talk about this, the Nars Natural Radiant. I'm in the shade New Calderon. You guys already see, I'm literally right here on this bottle. Right there, right there. I literally had to put this away and stop using it for the rest of the summer, because I would have finished up this bottle, and I actually really like this foundation for any time of the season. So I was like, I need to try some other stuff, because if I don't, I'm gonna use you up, and that's not fair to any other foundations I have. But this is a must-have any time of the season. If you guys are interested, definitely get your hands on it. It's great for all skin types. All right, so let's go on to the Fenty line. Hands down, the Fenty line, if you want to try it, I say it's good to try. If you're not a big skincare person, wait until they come out with the travel size, or even wait for a sale. Now, you guys know I love skincare. I'm big on skincare. But honestly, out of the two things that I love out of the entire line, I will say is the fatty water, which I've been using. And it's just a little bit, because you only need 1 or 2 pumps of this. This is supposed to be definitely just a pore refining toner serum. When I tell you guys, I use this in the morning and at night before I apply my foundation, before I apply my moisturizer. I love this. So I only use 1 or 2 little droplets of it, and I'm good to go. So this is definitely a must-have for me in the collection. The second one that I will say I like in the collection is her moisturizer. This, let's see. This has a SPF of 30. Now, this has a SPF of 30, and I do like the convenience that you could go like this with your bottle. So I do like that, and I shut it down. You could repurchase another refill for $30 instead of purchasing the entire thing for $35, as I stated before. But I will say I really like this. The only downfall that I've noticed, and maybe because I've just been in really hot weather, is that I really do get a nice little gloss to my face, like not a shine. So I'm getting more of a shine because I am out in the sun. LA has been burning hot, but it hasn't been like, ooh, irritating shine. It's just like, yo, you just gonna have a shine because you got some sunscreen on finally. So this is the results when you wear sunscreen, your skin is protected. But I really do overall like these two. So the fatty water and the moisturizer, hands down, I have been loving. Now let's talk about the cleanser. The cleanser, I will say, you could go without this if you wanted to. I mean, it really doesn't do anything that's wow to me. It just seems like it's a basic cleanser. It really doesn't justify what it's doing. It says that it's supposed to be a daily cleanse and makeup remover. remover. And if you haven't watched the video, I'll post it. You guys seen I did in the video using the cleanser with and without makeup, and it's just not a wow. It's more like there's other cleansers that do about the same thing, if not better. So this is something I would not repurchase again. But overall, if you do want to try out the line, I say wait till it goes on sale, or wait till they come out with a travel size collection of it, so you could definitely try it out. But it's really good. For all three, I got it for $75 versus $88, and that was a really good price considering this is a first launch. I will say I do probably expect for the Fenty Skin to come out with more things in the future. I just don't know what, because they came off the perfect 3-step set. So let's go on to some misses. The first miss is the Laura Mercier Skin Brightening Powder. This has some sparkle in it. Now, I'm currently wearing it right now, but to be honest, I like the regular Laura Mercier Mineral Deep powders just as good. This just has more sparkle, so it's supposed to give you that brightening effect. But if you're already wearing a concealer to brighten up your eyes, you really don't need this. I feel like it's more for someone that's looking for more like a glow to their skin, and you want that. But I really don't find the use of having this. Plus, I find that this one is a little bit more finely milled than her regular secret brightening, her regular powders in general. So this is not a must-have. I'm glad I actually purchased it in a travel size, so I don't feel bad about how much I spent on it. But I'm gonna use my money. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this. Something else that I've been forcing myself to use, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give this away. This is the Glow Recipe Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. I didn't like this. I mean, honestly, I didn't like it for what it did. It doesn't give me that wow, and it's too thick. That's to be honest. Like, you use this, the gel is super thick. It's hard to just go ahead and break down your makeup. It's irritating on the eyes because it got in my eye, which I try to avoid, but I just didn't like this. Like, it didn't give me anything, and I'm not really a fan of the Glow Recipe line, so I've been gravitating. But anytime it says makeup cleanser or remover, I just be like, I want to try it out. But now I've slowly been looking at stuff and like, I don't know if I need everything on the market. So this, you guys can see, I've used like maybe not even half, and I'm just not wowed by it. So I'll give this to somebody who I know will enjoy and use it. They did have a travel size that came out, but I mean, if you want to try it out and see what your experience is, definitely try the travel size. Don't be like me and buy the big size. Now, two other things that I will say I'm not loving. This is the Real Technique Brush Cleansing Balm. They came out with a liquid before, and I did not like that. So I tried this out, and when I tell you guys my brushes, I needed to go get another cleanser to clean my brushes. No. And I believe this is $8. You get the clear solid in there, but this does not clean your brushes good. It's just as bad as the liquid soap. And I was like, I'm glad I only spent $8 for this, because it's just not as good. Real Techniques needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out what isn't working. Because when I tell you guys, I mean, and I'm purely cleaning my makeup brushes, like everyday makeup brushes, it was not getting in there. It was not removing a lot of the buildup from the foundations and everything, and I'm not happy with this. So I am gonna finish it, but no, this was no, hands down, no ma'am. I did not like it. Do not repurchase it. Something else that I'm not wowed by, and I've been using this for a while, since I released this video. I believe I released it, and I'll link it in the cards. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Cleanser. This is in the shade Deep Dark 190W. You guys know I went in store to recently pick this up, and I'm just not wowed by it, honestly. It's a little bit of watered down. It does crease. It actually is creasing right here, right now, even though I've set it with multiple settings, powders, and it's just, I'm not liking it. It just don't do good. If I could return it, I would. I think I'm past my return on Ulta, so I'm gonna just make it work. I wish I could find somebody who was in my shade that I would just like, here, you try it. But honestly, this creases in my under eyes. Like, it's creasing in here, and I just don't see the wow by it. It gives me a nice coverage, but I don't like the creasing. I don't like the budging from it. So yeah, that's it. So that is it for my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed them. You guys know I never include misses in my favorites, but I had to include some because some products are just disappointing, and I think I should let you guys know about how money is going and where it's being spent and how you can save your money. Other than that, I hope you guys thumbs up this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe. Please follow me on all my social media platforms. You guys never know, I'm always active on there if you don't see me on here. Until then, stay blessed. Bye.